I'm filming this intro the same day that I filmed my book recommendations tag, so if they look the same, then that is why I am looking the exact same. Okay, so hello everybody. Today's video is going to be a reading vlog, or one book focused reading vlog. But I'm super excited to film because it is for Addicted to You by Krista and Becca Ritchie. So this is the first book in the Addicted series, which I think is like a 9-part series. She's thick. It's not this, but like the series is thick. In order to know how I feel about the whole series, I need to have read the very first book. So that's what this video is going to be about. I'm hoping to do one book focused reading vlogs on all of the series if I enjoy it, if this first one goes well. So basically in this book we follow Lily Calloway and Loren Hale. They're two people, I believe they're 20 years old, and they've been fake dating for 3 years in order to conceal their addictions from their family and friends, and also to kind of like aid their addictions. They basically cover for each other and allow each other to do what they need to do in order to fuel their addictions. Lily is addicted to sex and Lo is an alcoholic. So I'm thinking it's going to be quite a heavy book, but I've heard that the writing is just like very simple, it's very easy to read. So I'm thinking that hopefully the heavy topics shouldn't be too intense as we go throughout, but obviously there are trigger warnings with this book, with the main one being addiction. But yeah, I'm excited to see how I feel. I'm excited to take you guys along with me. I'm hoping this should be quite a quick read. It's only about 350 pages. I also have the edition that has the exclusive bonus material, so I will read the bonus chapter and the kind of text messages that are at the back of this book, if you can see there, and I can always let you know how I feel about those as well. Excited for this video. Hopefully I'll be addicted to the book. Okay.
So do I.
Take 2. Take 200.
I walk down the street, look at the concrete. I look at this ground. I wait for my feet to fall through the sound.
I'm literally like 3/4 of the way through the very first episode of Days Jones and I just cried, which I really don't think you're meant to be doing. Oh my gosh, it's good. It's really good, better than I thought. Like just everything, it's so like stylistic. It's just, you know, basically I'm gonna keep watching and then I just want to binge the whole thing, but I feel like I'm gonna cry again. If I'm crying at this, and I honestly fear for my life for the rest of this show. Today I had a dentist appointment and now I'm uploading my video, and it's taking a long time because the Wi-Fi is playing up, so I'm having to do it on mobile data, which is sometimes quick and it's sometimes slow, and right now it's being a bit slow. So it's only 50% of the way through, so I thought I'd read a bit more, but I'm currently on page 60. I'm on page 68 and so far so good. I'm really enjoying it actually. I do get really hooked when I read it. I just actually haven't had a lot of time to read. I'm feeling very tired at night. I'm not in the mood to read then because I just want to fall like straight to sleep immediately. I'm trying to get in the reading during the day while I can. But yeah, hopefully this video will go up soon, and then I've got a couple more things I need to do this afternoon, but hopefully I can get some reading in. Also, the very second that I can, I will definitely give you my initial thoughts on the book. A significant amount has happened, and yeah, I'm almost like a third of the way through it. Thursday. I have been smacked in the face with my time of the month, so it means that I'm not going to film the video for Saturday because basically the plans are I've got some work to be doing. Other than that, I'm going to try and take today as like a restful reading day, which means I should get a lot of progress done in Addicted to You, which is a good thing. But I think the update for this book might have to come later because currently I feel I need to take my drugs and then maybe I might have some life put into me. Almost 200 pages into Addicted to You, so that was about time I gave you an update. Excuse my hair, I do not know what was happening with my French today, but I just filmed a video and it was a nightmare during that too. I think it's just not having a good day. So yeah, I'm on page 192. I'm really enjoying this book. I do think that the story of Lily and Lo gets old quite quickly just because it's the same thing. Like, even though the dynamics of their relationship are changing, when it's just them like communicating about like their addictions, their relationship with each other and what they are to each other, and like the fact they're keeping this relationship secret from their families and everything like that, that gets old, which is kind of a little bit disappointing. But I just think it's because the writing is quite basic. It's not very nuanced. There's not like a lot of depth to that. I do find the addictions themselves really interesting. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a hard book to read, but you definitely do gain like a way deeper understanding of addiction through reading the book. It might be fun to drink, it might be fun to have sex, but like anything in excess is not only harmful and has a negative impact and effect on other people, but also not just like physically but psychologically is really hard to deal with. And that's nothing to do with like the specific things they're addicted to, but just the fact of being addicted to anything and like the amount of kind of tax that has on your soul. I feel like that part is like the part of their relationship that I really find interesting and like kind of makes me want to keep reading. I have just read so earlier on we met Rose and Daisy and what's the other sister? Lily, Rose, Daisy and Poppy, but Rose and Daisy are who the Calloway sisters books are about, and so far I find Rose really annoying and Daisy is just like a child, so I don't really know her that much yet. I probably prefer Lily the most out of all of them, but that's just for now. Lo, I quite like his character. I'm not obsessed with him yet though, but the point I'm at right now, we've just met Connor. He is Rose's love interest in the future books. He starts off as like a really irritating but kind of lovable character. He's just like so rude and stuff, but he literally can't help himself and it's just kind of like endearing in a strange way. That's something that Lily says and like I fully agree with it, and so I'm really excited to see more of him. He has really like added a breath of fresh air to like this point, kind of like almost 2/3 of the way through. But yeah, I'm making good progress on this. I'm reading it quite slowly, partly because I'm reading that phoner at the same time. That's how I feel this far in. There are some quotes I've liked and whatever, and also the previous couple of chapters, it's been extremely funny. Lily has a great sense of humour. The way that Krista and Becca Ritchie write her character, like her internal thoughts, I do find it very funny. I like her sense of humour. So yeah, that's Addicted to You. I keep flipping through, I'm sick of myself. So now I'm gonna go, and like I said, I just filmed a video. I just filmed my entire physical TBR that took an age and was like quite a pain to get through, but I need to go and edit that now, which I'm kind of dreading. Also, I should have lunch because it's like 2 p.m, but I just don't feel like anything, so I need to go to upstairs and force myself to have something. I'm gonna go get some food, get some editing done, and hopefully not fade away while I'm editing, because this is gonna be an effort and a half, like I said. I forgot to say that I did want to finish Addicted to You by the end of next week, because the end of next week is the end of March. I want to have read it within the month, so I think I'm gonna finish Phona on the weekend, and then Addicted to You should follow suit. Follow suit. Why did I say follow suit? Okay.
I draw on myself for something new. I've drawn you from the light just for something to do. But there's not really much to talk to me when I could not see clearly. But when I think about it, things wouldn't have turned out differently. But there's not really much going on.
Update, it's been 1 day since I finished Addicted to You. Here she is in all her glory. I'm still catching up on my annotations, but you can see some of them there. I wanted to bring up some thoughts I had during the read in the last kind of like 100 pages, which I have written down in my notes, and then we'll go into like a full wrap up of like my experience with reading the book. I'm sorry about this angle, it's a bit weird. The lighting is just hideous today, and it's just a disgusting rainy grey day, so. But I wanted to get this up for you tomorrow, and I hadn't even started editing it, so I thought I may as well like get going a bit and do the outro now. So we're following Lily and Lo obviously, and then we're introduced to Connor, who is Rose's love interest in the future books, and then we were also introduced to Reich, who's Daisy's love interest. I loved the people like Lily and Lo became like once they met the other people. Like the reason why I picked this book up in the first place, because people kept going on about the fan family aspect of it, and I think that's really where like my interests lie within this series, because Lily and Lo's characters did like annoy me a little bit, but you know, we'll get into that at the end. So I love Connor. He's annoying, but he's also just like endearing, which is a word that Lily uses to describe him, and I just fully agree with that. Reich is also annoying. I have since found out that his actions were kind of not justified, but like there was a reason behind them. Some parts of this, he was just extremely kind of heavy-handed, really got like up in Lily and Lo's business when it was kind of like none of his. I didn't love, but then like I said, his actions are explained. I really dislike the comments on Lily's weight. So Lily is a slimmer person. She eats well, but she just doesn't put on weight. She just has a fast metabolism, whatever. It's just in her genes. Throughout the book, every single character makes a comment on her weight in like a negative light, saying that she should eat more, or just like talking about her stick legs, stuff like that, and I'm just like, can we not? I know this was written a while ago. When was this published? 2013. I just don't think that we'd have those sort of comments in a book that had been written like more recently. If we did have them, they would definitely be like called out, which they aren't here, so I just think that is like a little bit of a thing to know about this book before you go into it maybe. So I gave this book a rating of 3 stars on Goodreads. I'm really torn between a 3 and a 3.5. I used to rate in 0.25s, 3.25 or 3.75 and stuff like that, but I don't do that anymore. But if I did, this would definitely be a 3.25. I really enjoyed parts of it. I can see like the potential this series has, and I definitely am going to be continuing with it. The main problem I think was I kind of sympathised for Lily, but I found Lo really frustrating. It wasn't just to do with his addiction. I know that people find Lily and Lo annoying in this book, and I was like, that's probably because they're people who are struggling with addictions, and you know, they're obviously going to be frustrating because they're like prioritising their addiction above other things. But I found Lo like just a rude personality regardless, and I know that he's been through like a lot in his life, and more that kind of gets revealed towards the end of the book, but I just think that as a person he is not nice, really. I also don't like how like possessive he is of Lily, even though I know that they're like super reliant on each other and dependent on each other. He was just like a little bit too. She has this like addiction, this sex addiction, which involves her like desire to sleep with people, which could like result in her cheating on him. At the same time, in some areas there's just like no trust whatsoever between them. The other thing that I really didn't like about Lo's character, and this is kind of something that really bothered me, was the fact that he teases her, and he teases her in ways that kind of get her turned on, which is then leading to like supporting her addiction, but not supporting it, kind of like triggering it. And I just thought that that was really just like cruel of him, out of order. So yeah, that's my thoughts on this book. I thought it was really good. I thought the parts with Lily and Lo, just their back and forth of their addiction and their daily lives, was a little tedious. I loved the introduction of the new characters, future books. I really do think that this could become like a favourite series. I just think that the actual subject matter of it, that subject matter being carried through mostly through Lily and Lo, you having to kind of like know them, and Lo not being a very likeable character, just makes it even harder to get through. I also wanted to say that if you think that the idea of Lily having a sex addiction would mean that the book has lots of kind of spicy scenes and that's kind of putting you off, I really like wouldn't mind about that, because there were honestly like only a couple of those scenes. Most of it is kind of fade to black, although we're kind of in her head through them. Nothing's discussed. Although it can seem like a book that would have tons of those scenes just because of the nature of it, it actually doesn't in a way. And I think it looks at those scenes in like a more mature light than some of the books might. Overall, I think a 3 stars for now, potentially a 3.5 in the future, but I would definitely recommend it. I'm very happy to read the future books. I don't actually own the second book yet, and I believe it's like £13 on Amazon, so I'm not sure when I'm going to pick that up. But when I do, if you end up liking this video, then I can film a 1 book focused reading vlog for that one too, and then have one for all the series at some point in the future. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on Saturday for another one. Bye.